You know what I'm saying? They're the ones sliding and gliding with all the cheese. You know what I'm saying? Millions of dollars, 4.8 million here, 5.8 trillion there, and all kinds of numbers that you wouldn't believe. But during his NBC interview, Mr. Florizzi or whatever his name is, Figaluzzi or whatever his name is, added a reference that Trump is now elevating attacks on people, on the people's persecuting him, judge witnesses. This is coming to coming. This is coming. It's really in the works. And when you look at extremist websites chat room, you see rhetoric particularly even against potential witnesses. You know what I'm saying? But we see the creepy ass vice president wannabe Mike Pence, who is in some corners of the dark web, is targeted for being hung again, as if we need to see that again. But Pence has struck the iron, irony or whatever, iron of a section of Trump base who are furious with the wannabe vice president Pence for refusing to back Trump attempt to overturn the 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 election. You know what I'm saying? The 2020 election, when the mob of Trump supporters, allegedly motivated by his unfounded claim of widespread voter fraud, stormed the U.S. Capitol building. They didn't storm no building, and Trump didn't tell them to storm the building, so that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? You keep using these words, talking about storm and all of this and that and attack and all that, but that's not what Trump said. That's not what Trump said. You know what I'm saying? I don't care whether he run his mouth or not. He did not say that. He didn't say to storm the Capitol, wreck it, and have somebody killed. You know what I'm saying? Or put handcuffs on everybody and arrest everybody there. So that's bullshit and straight up propaganda. You know what I'm saying? And you using that as some kind of catalyst, whether when you really look at it, it's just the fact of hating on Trump because Trump is against all your crooked shit that you're doing. Pedophilia, trumping up a war in everybody's country, invading the country, killing off many people and leaders and so, such as we see what's going on in Africa today. There is more conflictical shit going on in Africa that should not be going on. But this is because of all types of inside, outside, you know what I'm saying, coming in, scrambling the eggs, and then the other ones in there that who's there are fighting over territory and all types of stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? And have this, like one time I saw a show where I think it was the Bootus and the Tutus, and one of them, I don't know if the Tutu or the Bootu, whichever one, was had the people them in captivity and sitting out there, the people crying, and he said, he up there talking about shut up, you fucking you dog, calling him a dog, and and all kinds of names and shit, and he's black as them, in which he discriminated on, acting as if like he's some superior black, and they're some low life black. Black is I got news for that bullshit they play in Africa too. You know what I'm saying? Black is black, and there is no other way around it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're fully black and truly of Africanism, then you are blind. You know what I'm saying? You are African, really. And that name isn't even really our name. You know what I'm saying? When we really look at it. But we see Russia sends messages to Turkey when it bombed the motor, it looked like say experts. You know what I'm saying? See? All this destruction across the planet for no apparent reason. You know what I'm saying? But this is what they do. And then when you say anything, you are in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? You are in the wrong. Well, we see attorney calls wife of accused Gilgo Beach serial killer an accomplice. She probably was. You know what I'm saying? You know, but we see Mike Pence was asked. Mike, no, Keith Pence was asked if Donald Trump told him he lost the election. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. Did he tell him that? You know? Well, let's find out. because Mike Pence won't no more than put there to be the crook that he is, basically, and we have to face that fact. You know what I'm saying? We have to face that fact. That's why he was put there. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was put there. When you look at the whole situation, Mike Pence was put there to do exactly what he's doing now. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was put there to do exactly what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where they're asking that question. You know what I'm saying? Well, and this is coming in by Stephen, look like Goober Miller. You know what I'm saying? Or Goober Miller. You know what I'm saying? U.S. Today, 13 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. Coming off the USA Today. You know what I'm saying? News. In other words, but we see the vice president, you know what I'm saying, in this one, Mr. So-called want to be the vice president, Donald J. Trump, you know what I'm saying, to me he's a traitor, you know what I'm saying, said he can't recall any instant when the president of the United States told him, when the president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, Trumpy baby, told him he knew he had lost the 2020 elections. You know what I'm saying? Now, I believe that. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? There was no point in time that the president, you know what I'm saying, the United States, Donald J. Trump, ever told me that he knew he lost the election. Pence told, I guess his name is Des Monies, Money or Moonies and Money or whatever, registered in a one-on-one interview Saturday in Akin, Kinney, or whatever, Kinney or whatever, and Kinney, you know what I'm saying? Trump was indicted this month on 4 counts of conspiring to overturn the 2020 election. He had pleaded like, how the fuck you keep telling me this man is indicted? He's not indicted because you never proved that. You lying motherfuckers. When did you prove that this man was made anybody go try to overturn any type of election? He knew once y'all cheated the motherfucker, there was no way to do that. That's why he said, I leave it up to the people. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to save your country, you have to do something. So protest peacefully, you know what I'm saying? And patriotically. He never said anything about rushing the White House, but you keep on saying that he did, and also placed an indictment. And even if he did, hypothetically speaking, even if he did say something like that, you know what I'm saying, he knew full well that it was not going to happen that way. He's not stupid enough to know that was going to result in a good measure. You know what I'm saying? Because even if he did say that, you know what I'm saying, you were going to cheat the election anyway. You know what I'm saying? Why would he tell them to say, go up there? And if he did, he did it probably saying in more ways than one that, you know, y'all about to do us a bunch of bullshit and been doing a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it was time to change over. But he knew full well that there was no way that was going to work based on that type of movement in itself. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, excuse me, and at the same time, it was a weak attempt. It wasn't an attempt based on actual substance. And Donald Trump knew that. So why you keep accusing him of that? And he never said it. Now you have Michael Pence for the first time, you know what I'm saying that Trump never told him that. You know what I'm saying? Trump never told him he lost any damn election. So Pence is telling the truth on that one. And if he said he lost the election, you know what I'm saying? He probably was saying it because he knew they had cheated him out of the election. So of course he was, if he hypothetically had said that, he would not have been saying that he lost the election based on the fact that you're trying to penalize the fact that he said, oh yeah, I lost the election. No, he would have said, no, I lost the election Michael, or whatever his name is, I think I lost the election. The reason being because he knew that they had cheated him out of it, and there was no when he was going to see a victory speech or a victory walk down the carousel because they had cheated him out of it. So he said, yeah, what I'm saying? They cheated. In his mind, he's saying, yeah, I think I lost this election because they cheated. You know what I'm saying? So where did Michael Pence say that? I don't see that because he said Trump was indicted. You saying he was indicted on all these counts and pleaded not guilty. Legal experts say, Trump's state of mind could be key to the case throughout the indictment and throughout the indictment. Again, you know what I'm saying? He did not tell anybody to attack anybody. So why you keep saying that he should have freedom of speech? He was the president of the United States, you dumb motherfucker. Whether he lost the election again because y'all cheated, he have a right to say, yeah, I think I lost this one because they cheated me out of it. You know what I'm saying? That part wasn't mentioned because, like I said, they're going to use your words against you. This is how they do. And they're going to take out certain words or leave out certain words to have a effect of what they're trying to say to the people based on criminalizing you. Because it's even saying that they trying to say his frame of mind could be the key to the case throughout the indictment, prosecutors seek to establish that Trump knew he did not win the election. But that's bullshit again. That's also bullshit. Why are you sitting here trying to get people to say that shit again? Same thing you were saying before when you were trying to force people to say that Biden won. Creepy ass nutcase Luciferian Baphomet Biden won when he didn't. He got blew the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't never showed us those ballots. You just telling people that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never see, and then you're talking about you did recounts here and there. You ain't do recounts throughout the whole country. And the recounts you did, you probably manipulated that as well. So once you cheated yourself in there and figure you got the electoral college and you're up in there because you used the electoral college to cheat. That's what the Luciferian Baphomet secret society on a put together deep state shit is definitely there. This is why they got rid of the popular vote and only dependent on the electoral vote because the popular vote would depend on the popular vote based on the people, you know what I'm saying, and their popular vote is the popular person to win the vote, you know what I'm saying, would be the standard of it all. But they don't want that because they are so fucking unpopular, these demon Democrats, to where they have to lie, cheat, kill, murder, dip, dive, connive, and every fucking thing else, and then use reverse psychology in telling them how they're doing this and how great they are, and doing all these different bills and all the time slicking and shit here and there. You know how they do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then try to get the likeness of the people to believe that they're helping them when they're really murdering their fucking ass off. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better wake up to the trickery of reverse psychology. I spoke about that before. You know what I'm saying? A wise person must know these moves. You know what I'm saying? But we see Pence, said he can't, recall any incident when the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, told him he knew he lost the election in the 2020 election. There was no point in time that Pence said, nah, I commence Pence on telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I commence him on telling the truth, but it's still too standard one side groove. You know what I'm saying? It's not showing any form of trueness to this matter based on the fact that you're trying to tell everybody that Biden won. No, he cheated his way in there. He cheated his way in there. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing corruptions long before he even got up in there in the first place. Him, his son, and probably the whole family. You know what I'm saying? You know they're going to go up in there and try to enrich themselves, you know what I'm saying, while they up in government with all this protection and immunity and all this different bullshit. But they turn out to be trillionaires, millionaires, zillionaires, and gillionaires. Meanwhile, the people is out here starving, but you, again, I said, elected them. So I don't understand why your rent is up here, but the minimum wage is here. If you move the rent here, then you move the rent here, here, and here, then the minimum wage should have said here, here, and here. You know what I'm saying? If you move again here, here, and here, they're the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It should not be here, 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 here. You see the gap? You know what I'm saying? So we have to start paying attention to this con artist piece of shit that they're doing in our government. You know what I'm saying? And it's a sad thing to see that people all over the world have to live in fear because of all these different leaders across the globe involved in all kinds of shit. You would not even want to even sometimes get close to them. You know what I'm saying? That's how crucial and crazy it's always been. You know what I'm saying? To where these people would resort to assassination of a standing president in order to cover up and in order to remove, you know what I'm saying, individuals from that seat. After they promote putting them in there and voting and backing them up in the matter. But when they get in there, it's a conflict of interest why we see so much shit happens across the planet. We see that conflict of interest because people all over the world have been put into a state of complete fear and war and killing and murdering. You know what I'm saying? Where they come from, straight gunshot killing, murdering, poisoning, all. And this been going on with these people for years. We ain't just talking about here, and I'm talking about all people on all these different leaders on the planet. We ain't just talking about one leader, because there's been many tyrants and dictators in the bed with these beasts all around the world in order to control our world while we sit here and reap salt or sour apple, you know what I'm saying, or sour lime while they reap billions. And then call you a peon in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. So we have to start to look at this thing from a better perspective. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. We have to look at it in a better perspective because we see a lot of garbage going on in this world. And that's a fact. We see a lot of garbage going on in this world. You know? As we see. You know? So we have to start to look at this from a brighter perspective. There is no way we're going to just not see it. We see here where Hunter Creepy Biden, business partner, supplied Vladimir Putin allies with armored vehicles to invade Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? You know, to invade Ukraine. And they made sure that they stopped that story and you won't be able to get into that. You know what I'm saying? But it speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? We see the police apologize after black teen cuffed in wrong place, wrong time case. You know what I'm saying? Okay, apology. You know what I'm saying? That's up to the people for them to accept. You know what I'm saying? We see the federal, in just the federal prosecutor said creepy Hunter Biden pre negotiations are at an impasse. You know what I'm saying? And so on, as we see. But we see where in this one we see the creepy ass son is trying to slide and glide while he done sit up while he done rig down trillions of dollars to where he could have had about 5 or 6, strippers and Playboy and X-rated models, and he could spend billions of dollars on that smoking crack, but Trump can't pay Stormy Daniels some hush money to have a little wine and dine. You know what I'm saying? We see the double standard all over again. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn if he's his son or not. You know what I'm saying? He's hiding behind his father's fucking groove. You know what I'm saying? Putting his father as the big head honcho while he go around and do shit behind, or with him. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, it still should have been, it's still a double standard. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care how you twist and turn it. You know what I'm saying? But the federal prosecutor said that creepy Hunter Biden plea is phony, whatever. But the federal prosecutor, this is coming in by AP Media, Philip It looked like Naito or whatever one day ago. You know what I'm saying? And coming in hard and off the card. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the immediate. But we see federal prosecutors in the Hunter criminal case indicated in a legal motion on Friday that the plea deal is unlikely to occur and that the case appears to be uh, headed for trial. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what happened, and I don't think that he should slide out while Trump got to pay all the heavy prices, you know, saying, and all kind of crisis. You know what I'm saying? While the family slides away like they never did anything at all. This is what I be talking about, how we have this double standard that people have to look at. And if you look at inside and outside of our government, people really don't really probably care too much about that because, and I mean, there's many that do, but at the same time, we should have where people don't have to constantly be badgered that they'll be snatched up off the street by a Gestapo, secret society, deep state, killing, murdering people type of vibe, while everybody else living rich, high, and off the horse. You know what I'm saying? But we've seen Maggie Herbert, man. Teams drop bombshell, you know what I'm saying? Trump election plot memos to deprive people Joe Biden. What memo? We ain't never seen no memo. You full of shit. You know what I'm saying? They're full of shit. And that's just point facts. You know what I'm saying? We see Phil Murphy gas ban. What they aren't telling us, okay, they put a gas ban already. You know what I'm saying? We see, you know, the president of the United States, Trump lawyer Michael Cohen, is considering running for Congress. He should, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Everybody should be doing it. But we need to see more black people running for Congress as well. Opinion, the presidential election should be uh, based on the popular vote as opposed to the electoral system. I agree 100%. Because when you look at a popular vote, you should be basing the popular vote numbers based on how popular he is all around the world, all around the United States as a whole, not just in an electoral college when, say, for instance, Trump wins the popular vote and Biden is unpopular, you know what I'm saying, he's cheating the numbers or he don't have the numbers because he's been whooped so bad, he goes to electoral college and all of a sudden he has the numbers. That is unfair. And it's a very bad electoral practice to leave it up to the electoral college to make that decision when it's a group of fucking knuckleheads in a college who is like, who is definitely deep state and probably working for the demon Democrats. So every time they go to the electoral college, they'll be able to just get the votes they need. You know what I'm saying? But could not muster it popularly because they're not. You know what I'm saying? In no shape or form, and they never will be. You know what I'm saying? The demon Democrats ain't no more than a hellfire piece of shit sometimes in excuse me, in our government. And that's a fact. You know what I mean? In our government. You know? They're a straight hellfire piece of shit. And ain't nobody's gonna sit up here telling me different. You know what I'm saying? This is coming about Robert Russell. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all that name, but Robert Russell, you know what I'm saying? And he's coming off the news break. He's a news break contributor. Okay, all right. You know what I mean? So what we see here where the electoral colleges was created for two reasons. The first purpose was to create a buffer between the population and the selection of president. Yeah, a buffer. What the fuck? The electoral college was put there to put a fucking cheater between the population and the selection of a president. You know what I'm saying? The second was a part of the structure of government that gave extra power to smaller states. That is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Again, the smaller states should not have power over the bigger states anyway. Some would argue that the Electoral College was, eliminating it eliminated the power. It eliminated the power to elect a president. Some would argue that if the Electoral College was eliminated, the power to elect the president would rest solely on the hands of solely in the hands of a few of our largest states and cities, generally, generally diminishing the voice of smaller popular states. No, it would not. It would not. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. It would not diminish the power of the smaller states because the smaller states don't stand alone. Don't it? Then that's why you call it the United States. So you're telling me that the smaller states are mad because they want to vote for creepy ass nutcase Biden, but don't want the majority? So we know that's a deep state move in itself. You know what I'm saying? To have the Electoral College be the only decisive vote, to create a buffer, a cheater, between the population and selection of a president. Let's just be honest. It's a crooked system. Very, very, very crooked system. You know what I'm saying? But, but shouldn't the majority of the people elect the president? Yes, they should. Not a minority? Yes, you are right. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we talk about minority, are we talking about minority white people, minority rich people, minority deep state, Luciferian small towns, or whatever you're talking about? Or are we talking about black people, or what type of minority? Because black people are not a minority, they're a majority across the planet as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So you've got to be talking about a certain group that think they're so rich that they should make the decision and have the last word. You know what I'm saying? In their superiority of retarded complex, probably. I don't care whether you're black or white. You know what I'm saying? Instead of using the the electoral college to elect the president, why not select the president, on a popular vote? I think the popular vote should have never been taken away. But the demon Democrats will never and have never, the amount of trickery, garbage, and killing and murdering of American people that they have put out, you know what I'm saying? Even with the Vietnam War, the German War, and many other wars in this country, you know what I'm saying? They have lost their popularity. Rather than come off the Civil War and move into a popularity, they created the Ku Klux Klan and the killing and the murdering and the facilitation of murdering African people and many other people on the planet Earth with their garbage. So when we look at the electoral votes, it doesn't make sense that one would lean on just the electoral votes and not the popular vote. There is no way the smaller states should have the last decisive decision. And the electoral college is all based to me on deep state and who's in government, who's in our government, inside our government that's running shit and got these clowns looking like everyday dummy. You know what I'm saying? But we see, every 4 years, the foremost Tuesday following the first of the Monday, November votes steer to steer to the ballots, steer to the ballots to elect, the president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? The people vote, choose electors, who formally choose the president. They choose electors who formally choose the people votes choose electors who, formally choose the president through the electoral college. The number of electors, a state receives in determined by determined received is determined, I'm sorry, by the combined numbers of the states members of the U.S. House of Representatives and Senate. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I see why we have such a corrupt system. According to the U.S. State Census Bureau, you know what I'm saying, another bullshit shit too, you know what I'm saying, what? It, it's Sparcelli? Sparcelli population, I don't know what the fuck you mean, but whatever you talk about don't make no sense to me. Populated states such as North Dakota and South Dakota have populations of 774, 948, and the other one has 895, you know what I'm saying, 376 represented respectively, while California has a population of 3.2, I mean, have a population of 39.35 million, and New York State has a population of up to 19.51 million. Yet each state has two senators. So the uh, a lot electoral college votes per state are unfair. You know what I'm saying? Washington D.C. has a population of approximately 5,434. You know what I'm saying? Thousand or whatever people. You know what I'm saying? And has no senator, but is allotted three electoral votes. It has fewer electoral votes than New Mexico, which has a population at least at least have a population less than half of the District of Columbia. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, the United States should do away with the Electoral College and elect the president on the popular vote. I agree 100%. It doesn't matter how we twist this talk or this conflict. It must be decided by the popular vote. This is why we have so much corruption in our country, because look at the way they're cheating it. Look at the way that they're basing it. Look at the way they set things up to all fall in that way. That's why demon Democrats stayed in office for 40, 50, 60, 70 years over Republicans, because they're able to cheat. And they put a Republican there once in a while to make it probably look good back in the days before Trump. You know what I'm saying? And it's still bullshit. And then at one point they just say, fuck it. And we're going to run this bitch straight out. And we're going to do whatever we want. We're going to rape and kill little kids. We're going to do everything under the sun that's Luciferian Baphomet and sickness, even down to LGBTQ, and bring all that shit out over the 47 years, you know what I'm saying, of their rule, because they fuck up Republicans, we ain't getting a chance no more. And somehow I guess Trump won. You know what I'm saying? Because Smellery Clinton, bloodthirsty ass, man, should not have been in office anyway. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't have even been running in any type of election. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact and point blank.